Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy. Just wanting to discuss a little bit about forgiveness. I was intuitively led to believe that not all the time when we forgive people, um, does that mean that the slate is wiped clean? when when things happen to us and we feel wronged in some type of way, whether it be by a person, a place, or a thing, and we're geared to forgive the event, the person, or the place, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that once you forgive them that you erased the past hurt or dismay or oh, my nose, sorry, that all went away, because it doesn't go away. And when we learn from our past, right, whether it's our initiation of it or someone else's initiation of it that somehow infiltrates us and our field, like if they expect something from you, right, or if you get a feeling when you go to a certain place, or it like strikes a memory, or gives you something to ponder, maybe even doubt yourself. See, low energy wants you to doubt yourself. They don't want you to forgive. They don't want you to understand, to process the situation or the episode. They want you to remain low and underneath the veil of secrecy. And, that's just not living. That's actually existing within life. And we all should want to live. We all should want to feel the sun on our face and the wind in our hair, or, the emotions that feeling gives us, love specifically. We don't need to hate at all. We could say, okay, we have differences, and I value the way you perceive, what you're doing, but the way I perceive what you're doing, doesn't seem like it would fit like a perfect puzzle piece within my realm. And that's okay, because we are all individuals and we are all meant to travel our own destined path. And yes, those paths will merge together, and like-minded people will come your way, or negativity will send low energy people your way to try to persuade you backwards. But once you're at the point of being able to forgive, then going backwards really doesn't, it's not an option, because then you would be walking backwards instead of walking forward. And I don't know many people that when they get up and they walk, that they choose to walk backwards. And it's just not the natural law. So the natural law is put one foot in front of the other, not one foot behind the other. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes when people look at it under simple terms that way, then it clicks and they're like, well, yeah, that does make sense, And I've had lots of epiphanies with the simplest things, and it just left lasting, large impacts. So don't overlook something small and think that you don't need to appreciate or embrace, because those small things all add up to big things that fill empty voids within you. Because when you are able to forgive and let it go, and pass that plate on to the ultimate one, to regenerate into love and light and positivity for others to utilize, whether it be people, animals, insects, the ground, the sky, the air. It could go anywhere. Regeneration is what Mother Earth provides us. So keep that in mind. I know that I thank her for that every day. Every day. And, invite the energetic feelings of renewal and rebirth and regeneration and repair and to all flow to me so that it mixes with my energy and it helps renew me from the root, right, all the way up. Because a tree, you know, has firm roots within the ground and it branches out above the ground. So above and below, right? So that's what we are too. And we have energetic ties, and just like a tree, we branch out above when we ascend and we stay grounded firm in the earth when we are aware of what we are doing and we stay grounded. And forgiveness has a lot to do with that. And I can tell you from experience that I have forgiven everybody and everything and every situation that has ever come across my path. And it was way so easy to do without even a second thought or a hesitation. It was like a blanket effect. As soon as I found out about contracts formed and karmic couples or lessons that need to be learned, breaking the generational curses, if you will, where each generation replays the same type of situation, where they're either stuck in a loveless relationship or they work like a dog and they get nowhere, or their friends and family shun them and tell them that they're not, up to the par, or whatever they may say, or whatever they may do, or whatever the issue may be. you know, if you look at it like these were all lessons that we wanted to learn, to grow, to evolve from while we're on, planet Earth, then it does make it so much easier to forgive everything behind because you had already decided that this was the path you were going to walk. And you already decided before you even came here that you wanted to right those wrongs, that you wanted to feel that type of life so that you had a full picture of all parts of life and all parts of evolvement, if you will. Like starting from an infant and growing into an older aged person, like living a complete full life, And not all the time does that happen. Not all the time does everybody realize that they signed a contract, and not all the time does it actually play out the way it was written. And we won't know until we go to see the ultimate one whether or not it played out the way it was written, or if free will of others or even of ourselves changed the direction of what the trajectory was meant to be. And I believe that although I may have changed different trajectories or allowed others to change my trajectory, where I was stuck for a while, where I stopped growing and stopped living and just became existent, if you will, that was maybe for a reason. I don't want to believe that I would live for so long in such a dark place if there wasn't a reason behind it. Because I'm a very strong-willed person, and I never, in my physical form, stayed in a place that was toxic. I mean, the door was either held open for me or I opened the door and walked through it. And although sometimes it took a little bit of time to build up the courage in order to open that door, although there was no courage needed when the door was open and I was told to leave, I left. And you know what? It was for everyone's betterment, including mine. And I knew then, and I know even more now, like how I felt then to what I know intuitively and what I feel to be absolutely correct. And the ringing in my ears, when I'm in this situation, if it's my left ear, then I look around to see what's around me because maybe there's danger, looming. And if it's my right ear, then, I stop and I look at the entire situation, like I do a 360, because that's my inner consciousness alerting me to something. And sometimes, if you don't listen, that sound could be deafening. And other times, that sound is so very quiet, you have to really listen for it. But what I do know is that forgiveness is meant to help you more than it is to help the other person. Because each of us are on our own destined path, and we all need to come to terms with the life that we've led, no matter if another person, place, or thing was involved or not. We are still the center of our universe, and we are still responsible for the life that we've led, whether we've led it in the dark or in the light, in the low energy or in the higher energy. Whether we started out in one place and migrated, through ascension to another place, or if we were mixed up in backwards, and instead of taking one foot in front of the other, we put one foot behind the other. In which case, that could have taken us completely off of our path. But we have the inner light inside of us, and all you need to do is reach in and forgive yourself, forgive the situation, forgive the people, more for you than for them. Although the byproduct of you forgiving, whatever, would be pure positive energy flowing from you, directed towards that thing, place, or person, giving them courage so that they can forgive too. It's like everybody has an invisible left hand and right hand. Or look at it like this, we're all meant to pass the stick in the relay race. So when you start healing, pass that stick to someone who needs to heal. Just by smiling, by loving, by understanding, by forgiving yourself. And then if you want to forgive the situation, the person, the place, you could do that too. That's better for you, because that makes you a more well-rounded individual. And I am learning that firsthand. My life seems so much lighter and so much easier to walk, to be, just by forgiving and understanding and letting go and continuing to walk forward. Whether I walk forward with just my spirit team, my soul, tribe, family, or with people, real live people. That's yet to be seen, because right now I stand with my spirit team and I walk with my spirit team, and I am very happy that I've got so much love around me, and it's all coming from higher consciousness, and it's making me, not making me, it's helping me hold on to the unknown, to what's up there, because I cannot wait to get there, and I'm climbing. And if I stumble, then you know what, I'll just fix my feet and keep going. And if I fall down, I'll just get up and brush myself off, because what that means is that you're brushing off the negativity, and I didn't realize that until I became aware. And that was something I've always done. Have you done that? Did you fall down and then brush off yourself to get rid of the dirt and the dust? Well, you can also brush off negative energies and low vibrations. But first, make your intent to the universe. You don't want any, you don't want to be misunderstood why you're doing what you're doing. And keep your intentions pure and your heart clear and open and ready for love. Because the universe cannot wait to drench you in all of the love, the light, the warmth, the abundance that's meant for you. Well, my lovely collective, I do hope that whatever it is you do today, that blessings, love, light, abundance, forgiveness, of self first, all come your way every single day. Blessed be my lovely collective.